Hyperdyne Sidearms is a game I recorded 3 years ago, put aside while I decided if I wanted to do any ports, forgot to look into said ports for years, then decided I wasn't interested in any ports when I did look, and so now it's finally getting its video. This was played through Capcom Classics Collection Volume 2 on the PlayStation 2. The Earth is under attack by the Space Empire Boson. Lieutenant Henry boards a mobile suit to take them on. There's also Sergeant Sanders, but since he's a second player character, as usual for this channel, he doesn't get to appear. Round 1 takes place in a ruined city, where I die in seconds from this game's thing. Despite the game being an auto-scroller, mainly to the right, unlike many scrolling shoot-em-ups of the time, I can shoot either left or right. Shooting the wrong direction first got me killed. To start with, we have these C-shaped ships that fly in any direction and shoot small blue shots. I pick up a power icon soon in that gives me an option orbiting me and shooting when I do. A little later is a red item that grants me a freeway spread, which is where another of this game's systems comes in. By shooting these items before I collect them, I can change the resulting weapon I'll get. Eventually the city ends, and the ships I'm already fighting get backed up by aliens shooting at me from the sea. Then some rounder ships that spin in place before shooting. I reach another island and see an alpha letter on the edge. Grabbing that powers up my mobile suit into having an 8-way shot. This is when these smaller mechs start swarming the screen and trying to shoot me down. As I blow up everything in my path, the next new enemy are these orange planes that just roll into my fire. After them, the boss shows up, a battleship with its own 3-way shot. It also fires some small homing missiles, but with my current power up, I wipe it out in no time. I also increase my speed to level 3. Round 2 starts with me entering a hole in the ground. The C-shaped ships and planes return and are joined by these bug-looking mechs walking along the ground. While the alpha power-up makes me very powerful, it does not make me invincible, and colliding with an enemy has me lose it and return to my normal form. It doesn't kill me though, so I at least keep my other power-ups. Those I lose seconds later when I actually die. It's here I get to use the shotgun, a massive 6-way spread. However, it doesn't cover the entire screen, only about half before the shots disappear, but I lose that after not very long too. I next try the Mega Bazooka Laser, a long thick shot that trades vertical range for power. As I continue through these caves, I get the odd drone on the ceiling firing their own spread. As the ground disappears and scrolling starts going vertical, I get another 8-way power up as these tiny machines try swooping in at me from off screen. Once scrolling is fully horizontal and we have a floor again, centipede-looking ships get involved too, this first one missing me, but nailing me with a shot and taking my new power up already. Further into the cave are more small, slow ships in an enclosed space. That is until I realise the mountain in the background is part of the scenery and I won't die from touching it. Eventually I reach this station where I'm wiped out a few times from plane spam. This goes on for a bit before I reach the boss, a recurring one actually. The big battleship has 8 cannons circling around it, all firing, while I have to shoot at the blue core to damage it. As it takes damage, it constantly speeds up and up until I destroy it. For round 3, we scroll downwards into a blue cavern. I die a lot on the way down from small orbs and round ships, respawning and having my post-death invincibility run out while there is a bullet currently inside me. After a bit we get green mechs hopping down from above and cannons built into cliffs. Once I start seeing crystals coming out of the walls, I also get missile launchers built into them and domes that also reveal themselves to be mechs and jump off towards me to fire more missiles before hiding away again. After that I'm navigating some extremely narrow tunnels with opening and closing gates. Then out the other side is more of the same for a bit until I reach the bottom and have to fight the boss. Very similar method of attack as the round 1 boss, just faster and more aggressive. Also more health, apart from that nothing much to say and I eventually bring it down. Back to moving right for round 4, where I get swamped by ships in this very narrow tunnel. Now I'm just sort of in space with webs, I think, hanging out behind me. Missile launchers on the floor, missile launchers hanging on the underside of little floating chunks of rock. I'm really bad at this game. I can keep an eye on all the enemies on screen, but just keep flying into all their bullets. Although even avoiding the enemies themselves becomes tough with floating islands taking up huge chunks of the screen. But the enemies themselves are nothing new, and after a big stretch with nothing to talk about, I find another 8-way power up underneath this hanging boulder with a mouth in it. Then this weird indestructible ship just hanging around and taking up space. Eventually, after even more of the same, a few minutes later I find the boss. It's another of the big battleship from round 2. This one fires larger double laser shots and has the cannons electrified, but it actually gets destroyed faster than the first one did. We're entering a more organic looking cave for round 5. I never really brought up there is no fade out and loading between levels. The game is made to look like one whole continuous screen. Pretty impressive for 1986. This one has me fighting a lot of returning enemies while navigating the narrow twisting tunnel. Eventually the cave ends and I reach another station with an ocean inside that I go down into. It's still mainly the round ships, the green mechs and the C-shaped ships though. Not much to talk about. That goes on for a bit until I scroll upwards and out of the water to meet the boss, a repeat of the round 3 boss. A bit more aggressive but not that noticeable, movesets unchanged. On to round 6. The organic caves continue into another station as I scroll downwards, having to navigate around floors and going down the holes in them. Mainly the round ships, green mechs, planes and the odd centipede. Quite a distance down I finally get a new enemy, a chain of circular spinning ships that fly in one direction in a straight line. This shaft goes for a while with no obstacles until I reach a series of small floors coming out of the walls to avoid. Deal with that for a bit, then more long floors with holes in them, and soon enough I reach the boss down at the bottom. This battleship has discovered horizontal movement and will try to charge through me. The one addition and being a different ship sprite aside, it has the exact same lasers and homing missiles the previous boss had, but its forward charge and extra health just make it last a little bit longer before I take it down. I descend a little more into round 7, where we have lava below us. We have even more round ships, turrets and centipedes, along with the lava containing the enemies that used to hang out in water. The screen is pretty much always covered in shit by now. Special mention goes to when I have to fly around these red things and a single centipede manages to kill me right out of my invincibility several times in a row. That's all there is to say for this stage. Eventually the background elements stop appearing, leaving just lava on screen before the boss. It's the round 6 boss again with more health, but it has now gained the ability to lunge forward diagonally as well as purely horizontally. I kill it and move on. Round 8 has me moving up into whatever this background is. It starts with a short burst of round ships, planes and centipedes before I'm repeating the previous boss battle already. Once that's done, the level continues. Same enemies as before, but now green mechs and C-shaped ships appear again. There's no obstacles otherwise, so it's just the same looping background leaving me without much to talk about. The boss reappears again and I take it down again. This one actually ends the level though. And now for round 9, the final level. The background changes once again to one that's easier to focus on. But there's only so many times I can point out the same enemies repeating on a straightforward level. I'm still not very good and die a lot. After these weird eyeball pillars, the same boss shows up for the 4th fight in a row. So I deal with that, the level continues a little more, and I have to fight another big battleship. This one swapped its lasers for homing missiles, but it's just like the other two and I take it down. This leads to the final boss. I have a very long centipede thing flying around firing constant 8-way spreads. I just have to keep shooting it, which I succeed at, and avoiding its shots, which I fail miserably at. It has no other attacks, so I just keep at it while watching it slowly shrink from the damage, and I eventually take it out. That's it. The demon thing in the background is just decoration. My ending is a the end screen with congratulations misspelled. That's the game. It's alright, it just didn't leave much of an impression on me. I also feel like it ran out of steam in the last 2 levels, removing all obstacles in favour of straight lines and so many repeated boss fights. I didn't dislike it. I've played worse shoot 'em ups, but the vast majority of the ones I've covered on this channel have been more enjoyable and more memorable. This one I had an easy time ranking. Near the bottom of the good to okay tier, I wound up putting it in 173rd, above Dynasty Wars, also an 80s arcade game by Capcom, but below Operation Logic Bomb. There are other ports out there, but none I was terribly interested in trying out. And I guess that's it. Lieutenant Henry for the next Capcom vs game? That might be cool.